My name is Kimberly Dutton, and I am interviewing Billie Raines. It is June 26, 2008. Thank you. Please tell me why you came to Ashland.
I've recently started working at Ashland to take a position at Randolph-Macon College. I am the new community relations person, which is a new position at Randolph-Macon. I live in Beaver Dam, the western part of Hanover, so this is very convenient for me to get home, and I've always loved Ashland, so I'm very happy to be working here.
What do you do in your position with community relations?
The position is really to increase relationship and to partner with not only Ashland, but with Richmond and the surrounding area to make Randolph-Macon, an integral part of this community and the larger community.
What do you feel about town-gown relations between Ashland and the college?
Well, particularly since I've been here, one of the best things has been the 150 committee. And it's been a great advantage for me to get to know a lot of people in town, to work with them. And I find that all the volunteers on this group have been very, kind of can-do spirit. It's all done by volunteers, and everyone's just kind of chipping in and doing whatever they can. And it's been a really wonderful experience. And I think it's been helpful that they've had a contact person here at the college that they could bring all their questions and concerns. It makes it easier if they have one person that they can deal with. And I've also been going to the town council meetings and Market Ashland partnership meetings and a lot of other business associations. So I think it's good that people are associating me with the college and a person that they can contact to get whatever services they need.
Do you have any interesting events that have happened to you while you've had this position? Anything that stands out?
Wow, let's see. In the last year, one thing we did this year, which was new, I think, for Ashland and kind of tied in with my position I used to have with the city of Richmond before I came here, was in April we had a big Arbor Day event. And I was working on that committee, and we planted a tree in front of Town Hall that would be the new Christmas tree for the town. But I got to work with a wonderful group of women and men that were interested in preserving the trees of Ashland. And one of the projects includes Plant 150, where we're encouraging citizens to plant 150 trees this year, either in their homes or they can contribute money toward having plants on public property. And as part of Arbor Day, we also did a planting at the President's house. President Lindgren and his wife Cheryl and the children were all there. We planted a dogwood tree in their backyard as the first 150 tree.
How many trees have you planted so far? Are you keeping a record?
They are keeping a record. I'm not sure if any have really been planted so far, because really this is not the best time of year. They are already having people sign up for it, and the trees will be delivered, if you're buying the ones that for your home or for public planting, will be delivered in October. Colesville Nursery is helping get the trees here, so we'll really promote it heavily in September and October for the trees we planted in November, December.
Is the college really involved in the 150 effort?
I think they are. In fact, I'm starting to do a survey right now to just find out all the different ways, because I don't think I'm even aware of all the different ways we're involved. Of course, I'm the delegate for the president to go to the meetings and things, but like yourself, you're working with oral history, and we have a lot of faculty that are helping to put together the Hall of Fame. We also had students help with the written histories, the yearbook for the college. And I think, plus, there are an awful lot of people that work at the college that actually live in Ashland. I'm sure they've done histories for the yearbook, and they're involved in a lot of other projects, too. And in fact, I'm trying to get a handle on all those different people so we can kind of have a record of everyone that was involved. But I think with the president being the honorary chairman, it just really shows how supportive we are, and we are hosting the actual birthday party here on October 18th. So I think the college is very involved. Of course, college has been here as long as the town has been here, so it's always been a long working relationship.
Do you have any involvement with Duncan Memorial Church as part of your position?
I haven't so far, other than the fact that there is a youth group that I've helped to get access to our pool. Once a month in the wintertime, they would have a teen night at the pool. I'm also involved somewhat with the minister there, because we had a a reception for the Richmond Symphony here, and we invited all of our community contacts and people I've worked with in the last few months, and he and his wife were in attendance at that reception at the President's house.
What do you feel about all the cultural events that the college is holding?
I think it's wonderful. When I got here, that was when the cultural calendar was just coming out for last season, and I was blown away by all the different programs, and they're generally free, open to the public. In fact, I would hope that in the next year, even more people take advantage of these wonderful opportunities. We have the Capitol Steps coming, and that's a really exciting group, especially with this being an election year. I've also heard some suggestions that Spike Lee is coming next year to be a speaker. That would be an exciting. So I think the town, and I already mentioned we have the symphony, comes several times a year. So I think it's a wonderful opportunity for the townspeople to come and take advantage of all these cultural events. One other event we're working for next year is I want to have an art show from Hanover County high schools, and I think it's scheduled for next February and March. The students would be here. We have a reception, and then hopefully we could also maybe give them a tour hosted by the admissions office just to let them know about what a wonderful college they have here in their own backyard.
And they might become further students.
That's right.
Let's see. So how does having a college in the town affect your life on a personal level?
On a personal level, I think it's because my daughter is 10 years old, and she's been coming with me to Randolph-Macon, and she loves it. She says, "Mommy, this is where I want to go to college." And I just think that would be wonderful. She said, "Mommy, if I went here to college, we could go to lunch together." So I think it's a wonderful college. I grew up in the Methodist Church, so I like the contact that the college has with the Methodist Church. And, I just have enjoyed working here. Everyone is so, welcoming and nice. Everybody is just so professional in their jobs. It's just a real pleasure to be here. I'm really honored to be a part of the staff here.
Have you heard any interesting stories from other staff members about living in Ashland?
Let me think. I really can't think of anything right this second, but I do know that there has been a long history, and a lot of the people that were basically Ashland Hall of Famers, very important people in Ashland, started off at Randolph-Macon. Mr. Pace, who has the sculpture over at the library, he is on our Athletic Hall of Fame wall. Mr. Luck, who is Luck Chevrolet here in Ashland, he was a Randolph-Macon alumni. I think that if people kind of delve back into the backgrounds of a lot of people in Hanover County, they'll see that they have, if not a personal, but at least a family link to Randolph-Macon College.
What do you think about the recent changes that the college has made as far as renovations have gone?
Well, what impresses me is they are going out of their way to make sure that they're working with the neighbors, discussing it with them, presenting it to them, getting their feedback, kind of answering any questions they might have. I think they're doing it very responsibly. They're trying to use properties that are here vacant, and their idea of kind of infilling with architecture that will go with the Victorian houses that are already on the railroad track. They're thinking about doing 100-bed dorm there. And I think they are very aware that they are part of the town and vice versa, and they're getting all the input they can before they make any changes. I'm very excited. I think the president's right when he says it's an exciting time to be at Randolph-Macon College.
So the relationships between the town and college have been good recently?
I think they're exceptionally good this recently. Like I said, the president's helping with the 150. Of course, the president and the college has been very supportive of keeping the railroad station for passenger service. We're trying to do anything we can to be supportive of that effort. The town is looking to bring a trolley system into Ashland, and we want to partner with them on that and make it also available to our students. This year, we're trying to do a parent weekend brochure, and we're offering it up to all the businesses to put a free ad with a link to their website on our website, plus it'd be mailed to all the families. So we really want students and families, when they come to Ashland, to realize all the wonderful, unique stores and businesses, restaurants, hotels that are here that they could enjoy while they're at Randolph-Macon College.
Isn't that a part of the Shop Ashland First?
That's part of it. There are actually, you'd be surprised to know there's 600 businesses in Ashland. I think several hundred of them are members of the MAP organization. But there are new businesses coming all the time to Ashland. And I think with the master plan, we're looking to kind of have the college face out a little bit more on the town, as opposed to right now it's kind of like we have our back to the town. We want to be more of a focal point. So when you come into town, you definitely know you're entering Randolph-Macon College. And I think that's going to be a really great addition to the town.
Tell me some more about the changes that are going to be enacted in the master plan.
Well, one, they're looking at renovating the science building.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's something that would be exciting because they're looking at making it more of a student gathering area and opening up with a courtyard where students could gather. One thing, we did have a meeting with the College Park neighbors to talk about that idea, and they had suggestions, and I think that was a wonderful opportunity to get their input on it. Looking at maybe doing a new student commons area or combining SDs with the campus center to make it more open and friendly, and maybe have outdoor seating and open up making coffee, so they might have a little outdoor courtyard. New dorms, looking at what would be the actual entrance to the college, what would be the gateway, signage. I think there's just so many opportunities. It's such a beautiful campus that you would hate to think that people would come through Ashland and miss the opportunity of coming and seeing it, especially our historic campus, our beautiful fountain area. So I think when they get their thoughts together about what will be the entrance to the college, that will make a big difference and a big impact to help people find the college even easier.
Right now, how is the college advertising itself?
Well, we launched a brand new website this past year, which I think is probably one of the most important things you can do, because so many people consult the web, and we have a beautiful, very informative, easy to follow website. We look for opportunities to partner with the town. They have put out like a town calendar, and we were participated in that. We have, of course, participated in so many different organizations in Richmond and in Ashland to become an active member of these organizations. We do a lot of mailings, and our cultural arts calendar, of course, goes out to thousands of people get that, and across the state and beyond the state. I think it's important to let people know that Randolph-Macon is always trying to make a big impact culturally and entertainment-wise, and to get that word out. We have a wonderful new public relations person, Pam Cox, and she is just Pam Harris Cox. She is just wonderful. Oh, it's Pam Harris, not Pam Cox. Can I go back and do that? We have a wonderful new PR person, Pam Harris, and why am I getting that confused? I don't know what her name is. Pam Cox, Pam Harris, Pam Harris. Can I go look it up real quick? We have a wonderful new public relations staff person, Pam Cox, and she has just done an exceptional job of getting out press releases. She's had a long relationship with the media, local media, because she was with a local TV station for many years. So she has a lot of fans because she's a wonderful person to work with. And she has just done an outstanding job of getting us in different magazines and publications, even as far north as Baltimore and New York and stuff. They've had stories, which is good for our alumni, because we have alumni all across the country to see Randolph-Macon making those type of news things. And we also have a wonderful alumni magazine, which another staff person, Jackie Swain, produces. And it is, I think every issue just gets better and better, and I think that's a great reach out to our wonderful alumni here at the college.
Tell me some more about the alumni. Like, are there anniversaries or reunions?
I have had just a little bit of opportunity to work with the alumni. Last October for homecoming, is my first homecoming, a project we did was a poster project where we were getting photographs of alumni, and then we're making them into posters showing how they took their degree and turned it into a career. And that was my first opportunity to have one-on-one with alumni, and I was so impressed. Every single person I said, would you like to be a part of this? Do you have a few minutes to come over and be photographed and interviewed? They were all, yes, of course. If it's for the students of Randolph-Macon, I definitely want to be a part of it. And I just, I went to a large college where you didn't have that kind of rapport. It wasn't like Randolph-Macon. Your professors know you. Good chances you know a lot of the alumni, and you have a real personal relationship with everyone at the college. And being my first time seeing that in reality, I was just so impressed. I think the alumni here sincerely want this school to succeed, and they know that that's going to happen if they support the students, and they're always willing to do that, not only financially but with their time and internships and scholarships. I think it's a wonderful relationship that the college has with their alumni.
And many of them return when in the area, don't they?
I think so. I think, once you've been to Ashland, as they say, it's the center of the universe, it'd be hard to leave. I tell you, if I could afford something in Ashland, I would live in Ashland, but at least I'm not too far down the road. But Ashland's just a wonderful town. You can walk, especially in these times with gas prices. You can walk anywhere you want to go. Walk up and catch the train and be in New York. You don't even have to move your car. I just think there's a lot unique about Ashland. It's just, it is a small town, an American small town that people can be really proud of, with the 4th of July parade coming up. And the birthday party. They have Strawberry Fair every year. It's just a lot. Oh, and the street parties, they are a lot of fun. When the whole community comes together, they close down streets and have music. I just think it's a wonderful community, and I can see why, once you've been here as a student or a faculty, staff, that you definitely want to stay.
Tell me some more about the Strawberry Fair.
This is my first Strawberry Fair. I'm sorry to say, even though I've lived in the area for 6 years, I'd never been to Strawberry Fair. And also, as an appointee by the president, I was served on that planning committee for this year because we do host that. This was the 27th year of Strawberry Fair. It was hot. It was incredible. I think it was a record setting for temperature, but it didn't stop people from coming out. We had a wonderful choral presentation by all the local churches that was just really inspiring. They had a variety of music all day, everything from bluegrass to classical to your church music. It was just, Scottish pipes. It was all kinds of things going on. They have vendors. They give away scholarships, of which one of our Randolph-Macon students receives a scholarship every year from Strawberry Fair. And the group of volunteers that has worked on this, some of them for 25 years. You can't just, you got to take your hat off to people that are that dedicated to an event. But it was a lot of fun, a lot of vendors, a lot of good food, music, and it's just a long time tradition here in Ashland.
What about any other traditions, like the parade?
The 4th of July parade, that is a mobile, I guess there's no vehicles in it, it's just people marching, they have a lawn chair, precision, routine, people walk their dogs, pull their wagons, ride their bikes. Just an old-fashioned 4th of July. Okay. Another big event are the street parties. I think they have 3 or 4 of them a year. And I went to my first one in May, and you just bring a lawn chair, and there's music, and there's vendors. Of course, people had crafts for the kids, and on the birthday party, kids were making birthday hats, crowns to wear. They were selling T-shirts promoting the 150th anniversary. And, I just had a lovely time. Everybody was getting up dancing. It was beach music, so everybody could dance. And it was just a wonderful night. I'm looking forward. They have one in July, and then they have the big one is in September. Mm-hmm. So I think this one in July is actually the barbecue cook-off. And then in the fall they have, I think, a big beach band comes, and that's kind of end of the summer in Ashland. So I think that's a lot of fun, all of those parties.
What kinds of organizations are involved with these activities?
Market Ashland Partnership, MAP, is very involved. They have a very active Ruetan group here in Ashland. Business associations, Hanover Association of Businesses and Chamber of Commerce. There are ARC, which is an organization helping handicapped individuals. Then there's the Hanover Arts and Activities Center, which sponsors lots and lots of things. The Street Parties themselves is a nonprofit organization. And, I don't know, I'm sure I'm no way aware of all of them, but it's just a very civic-minded town, I think.
How does the college affect the town economically? I know we have a lot of students.
Well, I would not be the best person to ask as far as facts and figures. I just know that there's no way that probably between faculty and staff, there's about 1,600 people here at the college, and we eat here, we shop here. I do all my shopping at Ashland, and I take a double advantage because not only am I shopping, but I also, while I'm shopping, representing Randolph-Macon and trying to make those contacts. And I always encourage faculty and staff, when they go into shops, let people know, I work at Randolph-Macon and we're glad you're here and I enjoy your shop, just to let people know that we are supportive of them. Also, like I said, we're going to be financially supporting the trolley coming into Ashland. We open up the campus for lots of activities. We host Strawberry Fair, which we have a lot of staff that contribute to putting that on. We are hosting the birthday party. We have an annual event here called Ed Tech, which is educators from across the state come to share ideas about new technologies, and we host that every year for the Community Idea Station. I think one thing we're looking at, hopefully next year, we can be a sponsor of the Virginia State Senior Games. We're looking at seeing if we can work that out for the Hanover County Recreation and Parks. So I think people see us as a resource. A lot of times people just need help, maybe with a program, with an idea, with a survey, and they think of, well, let's see if Randolph-Macon can help us, and we certainly do try to whenever we can.
Tell me some more about the plans for the trolley. I haven't heard about that yet.
Well, they are looking at bringing on a trial basis, a trolley that is similar to towns like Culpeper, Virginia, Warrington. And this would be a wheeled trolley that would have a set route through the town, linking probably, doctors' offices, business offices, shopping, with the college, with schools. And it would be, I'm not sure if it is a low cost or if it's free. I think maybe the first year it might be free. And then after that 1 year evaluation, they'll determine exactly how they could continue it. But it would certainly be helpful because, transportation and costs are going up so high. I think anything they could do to help students get around the town also, that would make them more likely to shop here if they could just get on a trolley and end up at a local store and get whatever they need and come on back to school.
That's really interesting.
It was supposed to, they were hoping it would be here by this fall, but due to some budget decisions within, I think, the state, we're looking to get some funding to help do that in the spring of '09.
So what do you do for transportation in Ashland? Do you use the train services a lot?
Not a lot, but I have taken the train from this train station. My daughter and I have gone to D.C., and we're hoping to go to New York at Christmas time for her 11th birthday. I think a lot of people say, they work here and they've got business in Philadelphia, New York, D.C., and they just come right on over and take the train to do that business. So I really do hope we do not lose the train station. I mean, there's so many people, there's petitions going around and letters are being written, so I hope that we can retain it. I know that we lost train service here for quite a few years and we got it back in the 80s, so I hope we continue to keep it for way into the future.
I think Dick Gillis was mayor when we
I think he was.
There's a picture of him.
I think he was instrumental in bringing it back, yes.
So what about other forms of transportation like biking? I know that's very important in Ashland.
I have noticed biking is really a big thing in Ashland. If you come in Ashland on a Saturday or Sunday, you're going to see large groups of bikers, a lot of them stopping at Ashland Coffee and Tea. And and where I live up in Beaver Dam, just a little north of Ashland, we have, I think this is a common biking route. In fact, there's a route that was done for the country's bicentennial, it was a Route 1, and you'll see the signs in the community with the bike symbol, the Route 1. And so I think they're designated bike routes through Ashland and through up north to Beaver Dam and Caroline County, connecting all that area. A lot of bikers, a lot of walkers. I think a lot of people in Ashland take advantage of being so close to things and walk to ice cream or walk to the restaurant, walk to the grocery store. So I think that's one of the best things about Ashland, that it's so easy to get around and do various other forms of transportation. Kids can ride their bikes, pull a wagon, and get just about anywhere they want to go.
What are some of the businesses that you go to often here in Ashland?
Well, just speaking on a purely personal basis, I personally love the Dresser Drawer. It's a great shop just across the street, and whenever I want to take a little break and say I need to get some fresh air, I'll walk up there and walk around. Really nice ladies own that shop. There's Lady Gray's Consignment. That's a fun place to go in. I love the ice cream shop. My daughter always says, let's go up to the club car and get some ice cream. Iron Horse is an excellent place to go. In fact, my family went up there to hear the town manager, Charles Hartgrove, and his band, the God-fearing Snake Handlers, perform there. Suzanne's is wonderful for lunch and to meet friends, and coffee, tea. Ashland Coffee and Tea is always a fun place to go. I love Virginia barbecue because I can walk right down there and get some barbecue and hush puppies and coleslaw. U-Crops, Cross Brothers, Tuesday Morning, Hallmark Store. I mean, I do all my hardware at Ashland Hardware, Ace Hardware. A lot of great businesses here, and I think they really appreciate your business, and they really go out of their way to give you excellent customer service. I think they realize that they're big box stores that you can go to that are down, going toward Richmond. But if you shop in Ashland, I think you're going to be very happy with the customer service you receive. I really enjoy shopping here.
Do you have any special memories involved in any of these businesses?
Well, I'll say about the club car. MAP had a reception there for members, and Ann Palmore, who owns the shop, opened it up, and she had wonderful refreshments, but then she opened it up, and anybody could have any kind of ice cream they wanted. And of course, my daughter went with me, and she said, "Oh, Mama, this is the most wonderful place. I'd love to work here." And Ann said, "When you're 14 years old, you come back, because I usually hire some young people to work with me in the summer." So my daughter's already counting on going to work at the club car for Ann Palmore at some point.
So there's a lot of involvement, like local children?
I think there's a lot of parks in the town. My daughter is going to Hanover Recreation Parks at Henry Clay. There's also Recreation Parks program at Gandy. Two wonderful schools, and that is really why I moved to Hanover County, is because the schools are so wonderful. And I've had an opportunity to work with Sue Watson, who is on the school board, and she's also on the Randolph-Macon Arts Council. And I think she's she is just a wonderful person. I've worked with her on the 150, and I just admire her so much. And I'm so glad that that's the kind of person that's on the school board. And I think that's why Hanover is so well known for its schools. That's one of the many reasons that you would want to live at Hanover.
I know the college has softball camps for local children. Are there any other activities for local children that's sponsored by the college?
There are all kinds of camps. I probably won't be able to list them all, but I'm thinking about bringing my daughter to the softball camp that's in July. They got basketball camps. I think they even have tennis camps, lacrosse camps, girls basketball, just about any type of athletic event. I think the coaches and assistant coaches here offer opportunities for the children. Also, during the year, we have a big event here called Dance Marathon. That's a wonderful program. Autumn White was the executive director this year, and I worked with her. I was so impressed with her organization and her willingness to go anywhere to promote it. She'd be on radio, on TV, just very, very willing. And that's open to all the area children to come to that for a free day. They have breakfast, lunch, dinner. They have jumping venues for them, those big air things. They have Teach 'em Dance. And they also do programs here like Halloween party. They do an Easter hunt. I just think the college really does support the children in town, especially the students here at Randolph-Macon. They're always thinking of ways of how we can get the children in town involved with the students at Randolph-Macon.
That's good. What about fundraiser events? I know Dance Marathon is a fundraiser. Does college have?
Fundraisers.
Or does the college get the town involved? A lot of those.
As far as the dance marathon, Autumn said that the town was most supportive. Businesses supplied food. Walmart was a big supporter of it. They provide prizes. One thing I just attended was the annual summer kind of get-together for faculty and staff, kind of a games day competition, and we got so many wonderful prizes that were donated, including a TV and a iPod. I mean, just wonderful prizes were donated by the town, different businesses, for the faculty and staff. So I think that's really, really nice. But I think anytime the college is trying to, support different organizations that are in town, such as ARC, or there's a wonderful organization that takes in food and furniture and things like that, ACES. That is a wonderful group that college students support with food. They also support the food bank in Richmond, trying to do that. So I think it's a good relationship we try to do for others, and others, I think, are just as responsive to help us.
You mentioned that faculty game day. Were you a Maple or an Oak?
I was a Maple, and I'm proud to say that we were the overall winners.
So what are the major gathering places in Ashland?
I think some of the major gathering places, Puffer Belly Park down behind the police station, a lot of skateboarders meet down there. It's a great place to take your children. A lot of people say, I'll meet you at Suzanne's, I'll meet you at Coffee and Tea, meet you at the Iron Horse, a club car. I think the college, I'm sure, on occasion, with the beautiful setting around the fountain, people would like to meet there. Ashland, just so many people just go up to the train station. There's so many benches up there and watch this. We have a lot of train watchers that come and photograph the trains coming in. So I think that's probably one of the meeting places too.
So you think the train is an important part of the town?
I think everybody recognizes that the train it's a part of the town. I mean, it's a part of the rhythm of the town. It's just like breathing to have the trains go by. And I think it's important to the train, too, to have Ashland. Because I've taken the train from Richmond and north, and Ashland is one of the highlights to look forward to watching through the window of your train. And so much is industrial and really not attractive. But when you can come through a wonderful community like this and see children playing, riding their bikes. When we were at the street party, several trains went by. How wonderful to ride by and see a community out with lights and dancing and a band playing. And I just can't imagine that it would be a better advertisement to take the train than to be able to ride through such a scenic place as Ashland. So I really, really hope that we keep the passenger train service. I'm sure there'll always be trains through Ashland, but I think the passenger service is good for both the trains and for Ashland.
So Ashland is a trademark small town community?
I think it's an ideal small town community. It's all the positive things that you think about, supporting of each other, with this 150, everybody volunteering. It's countless volunteers that are all contributing what they can. For example, with the Arbor Day, that was a young lady, Monica. She said, I have an idea. And they said, run with that idea. And she did. And she produced a wonderful Arbor Day. And she came up with the idea for the Plant 150. And I just think there's just so many energetic, positive thinking, can-do people in Ashland that it really can't fail. That it's a wonderful community. And I'm glad to be here for the 150th anniversary.
What do you think are some of Ashland's most colorful characters?
Colorful characters. I really don't know of any.
Are there any really interesting people that work at the college?
Well, I do know there's some very famous people working at the college, and one of them is Barclay Priest. I think she is a symbol of the college as far as being basically the mother hen for all the students. That, it was fairly funny. At the end of the year, she's sending out emails, several a day, going, well, so-and-so's lost their keys, or someone's lost a book, or someone's lost her phone. And one time she says, kids, please hold on to everything. Y'all are driving me crazy. But she's just such a wonderful spirit, has been here for such a long time. I think that she is a great image for Randolph-Macon. Another professor that I've had a chance to work with for Making a Difference Day was Reber Dunkel, who is very enthusiastic about environmental issues, and Christina Brown, who does also works with the Making a Difference Day, which was very successful this year. And we're looking forward to next year because we already have an executive director. We thought, Dance Marathon has an executive director. We need one too for Making a Difference Day. So we already have a young man that stepped forward to do that. So many just nice people here. I think that students probably, that's why if they come, they stay, because they can connect so clearly with their professors, and it's such a personable place to be. You always feel like you're valued. You're missed if you're not there, and your opinion is valued. And I think that's one of the best things about Randolph-Macon is the relationships that are built between the staff and the faculty and the students that go on for many, many years beyond the time that they're actually here on campus.
So have you had any interesting encounters with any students?
Yes, I have. Let's see. I have a student here, Jessie. She was working downstairs, and I came in one day, and Jessie had a ring through her lip. And I said, Jessie, what is that? She says, oh, I just thought I would try it. And I said, well, do you like it? She says, I'm not so sure. I said, Jessie, what is your mother going to say? So anyway, she ended up going home within a week or two. I said, well, Jessie, what'd your mother say? She says, she didn't say anything. She got one of her roommate's boyfriends to take a pair of pliers and get it out of her mouth. And it grew back. And I said, oh, Jessie, what a horrendous thing to go through. But I'm so glad you don't have it anymore. And please don't do that again. And then one day in the wintertime, I was walking across campus, and everywhere I go, I see kids in shorts and flip-flops, and it was freezing cold. So finally, after about the fourth group of kids I saw, I was walking into the business office, and I saw these two young ladies, and I said, excuse me, girls, on behalf of your mother, I have to say, where is your coat? Where are your shoes and socks, honey? Please, it's wintertime. So I am amazed that evidently students don't have a thermometer in their bodies because nothing gets them cold, because it was still dressed like summer, didn't matter how cold it was. But I think the students here are a lot of fun, and I had an opportunity to go to one of the plays, Little Mary Sunshine. So impressed with the students and the performance and the singing. It was just really, really nice. I'm looking forward to going to more theater productions next year. And I don't know, I guess that's my two funny stories for students.
What do you think is the most important thing to people that go to this college? Important values?
Well, I think if I can kind of paraphrase the mission, it's the college is trying to prepare the students for life beyond college, to be able to make smart decisions, to have confidence in their ability to tackle anything that comes before them, to prepare them to just be successful in life. And I think they do a really good job. I really didn't understand. I was an art major at Virginia Commonwealth University, so I had a very limited window of what topics I discussed and was educated in college. And I really didn't understand what a liberal arts college education meant. And I had an opportunity to hear the president speak before a civic association about what it means. And, it just makes perfect sense that really you're teaching them to think, that they know a lot about a wide range of topics. And it's about teaching people how to learn, how to read, how to write, how to speak, how to, just project yourself in the most positive way so that you're always going to represent yourself well. And I think that's why so many alumni are so close to this college, because it did prepare them. They did become successful business people, successful doctors, lawyers, entrepreneurs. I mean, it's just a wide range, and I think that's why our current poster contest is poster series, not contest, but series of posters that show alumni what their major is and what they used it to become. And I think that's going to be fascinating for the students to see, oh, he was an English major and now he's a multimillionaire. She was a, French major and now she owns her own business. I mean, it just shows that all these educational points that you're learning now can take you anywhere you want to go. So I think that's a wonderful thing about Randolph-Macon.
Where are the posters going to be displayed?
All over the campus. They'll be going up any time now and be up all next fall too. But I think it will hone to the students. This is what, because I know their parents are asking them, what are you going to do with that major? What are you going to do with that? What are you going to be when you grow up? And I think they'll give them some really good answers to say, well, this person is now a multimillionaire business owner, and that's what I could be when I grow up. So I think it'll be a good program.
If that person can do it, so can I.
That's right.
I want to ask you a little bit about your experiences with the town council,
Mhm.
such as going to meetings.
I have been going to the meetings twice a month. I find them very interesting. It's very open discussion, and it's televised, so everything's right out there for everyone to see and observe and make comment on. People bring small issues, big issues. I think town council is very responsive. I've been very impressed with the town manager, Hartgrove, and the mayor, Pritchard, and the town council people, of which we have two members here at Randolph-Macon family on town council currently. I found it a pleasure to work with the town. Several different projects this year. They were working for Relay for Life, and they wanted to do a cookbook, and I encouraged people here at the college to contribute to it. We did the calendar. I think it's a very good working relationship between the college and the town.
So, who served on the governing body from the college?
George Spagna and
Was it Dean Keat?
no, yes. Thank you. Oh, please erase that part where I couldn't remember. Anthony Keat, who's a wonderful person. Both of those are very involved with town council, and I think it's great how they can kind of wear two hats and wear them both so well. Of course, Anthony did not run for re-election, and George did, and he will be on it again. But we have some new members coming to town council in July, so we'll see how that goes. But I also had an opportunity to work with Anthony on many other projects, so I saw both sides of him, and he's always a great guy to work with. So I'm sorry that he won't be on town council, because he was a good guy to have there. But I think it's wonderful the college still has George representing the college as well as his constituency here in town.
Yeah, Dean Keat is involved with many activities at college.
Oh, yeah, very, very busy guy. And his wife and he are also very involved with the 150, their church and youth groups and things. They're very active in the community. So a very well-rounded person.
That's very good. That is the end of my questions. Do you have anything you'd like to add?
No, it's just that I'm so glad that you are, as a Randolph-Macon student, are participating and helping with this. I think this is the very kind of thing that we can do best to build a relationship with the town. I mean, you don't have a 150th anniversary but so often. And I think that the fact that the faculty and staff, and especially the students, are actively involved in this major celebration, and that they can look back and say, we couldn't have done that without the help of those students. And I appreciate you interviewing me. I'm sorry that I don't have a longer history with the college and with the town, but I've been here a short time compared to 150 years, but I'm very, very honored to be a part of Randolph-Macon and a part of Ashland, and I wish them a happy 150 more.